Broadcasting live from WOUB TV in Athens, this is Newswatch.
One victim of the Ohio State University attack today is in critical condition. Good evening, I'm Michaela Marshall.
And I'm Carter Eckel. Thanks for joining us. A total of 9 people were injured following the attack. University officials reported the attacker, Abdul Razak Ali Artan, rammed his car into people before using a butcher knife to cut them. Officer Alan Harujko is being praised after fatally shooting the attacker less than 2 minutes after Artan began his attack. The 18-year-old attacker was a student at OSU. The incident happened just before 10 a.m. near Watts Hall on the Columbus campus. All academic classes at the Columbus campus were canceled for the rest of the day.
There was actually an ex-Marine in our class, and he kind of just took action when the Buckeye alert went out and was like, we need to barricade the door, and started stacking up the desks. So a lot of us just kind of went and sat in the corner and tried to stay away from the windows as much as we could. It's not something that you usually think is going to happen until it does. And it's kind of a very unreal situation, not knowing where they are or what they're doing.
Authorities are still investigating the motives of the attack.
From the Newswatch Weather Center on the campus of Ohio University, I'm Matt Thigpen. Right now in Athens, seeing those warm temperatures, 58 degrees in most of our region. We're seeing those mid to upper 50s in most of our region as we see those rain showers move in from the west, southwest. 55 here in Columbus, 56 in Jackson, 53 in Chillicothe. And as we move on, as we look at regionals, again, partners in crime, Ironton at 58, and Athens 58 degrees. Overnight tonight, we see those rain showers dominating our region, moving in after 10 p.m. tonight, moving in and ending around 4 a.m. Nice dry commute for tomorrow morning. 49 in Cambridge, 50 in Jackson, 51 in Ironton, 49 in the state's capital, Columbus, 53 in New Martinsville. Again, here's that bus stop, 49 degrees as those kids get out there. Partly cloudy skies, should remain dry. A little breezy out there, 5 to 10 miles per hour as we see those another warm front come through. South winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Few lingering showers in our eastern counties. It's going to be a nice one. You might need that umbrella in the coming days, but tomorrow looks pretty dry. Carter?
Thanks, Matt. City Council will weigh in on the Dakota Access Pipeline tonight. The group plans to create a resolution against the pipeline. Athens County activists held a protest for the pipeline construction uptown. The project would cost nearly $4 billion and shuttle almost 500,000 barrels of crude oil per day. Also on the agenda tonight are budget and appropriations, which are due next month. Council will also talk about the disposal of several city vehicles that are no longer being used.
Athens will be adding another roundabout, this one connecting Stimson to McKinley Avenue. City Council introduced 2 ordinances last Monday approving funding for the newest circular traffic way. The project's estimated cost is about $2.2 million. The project is still waiting on approval of 2 final ordinances, but construction is expected to begin in the spring of 2017 and be completed before the beginning of the fall semester.
The judge who presided over the trial regarding a former University of Cincinnati police officer and the fatal shooting of a motorist removed herself from the case. Hamilton County Judge Megan Shanahan says a new trial should be conducted with, quote, a blank slate, after the first trial ended with a deadlocked jury. The case has been randomly assigned to another judge. Prosecutor Joe Dieter said he will retry Ray Tensing on murder and voluntary manslaughter charges in the shooting of Sam DuBose.
Congress will have plenty on the docket during the final 2 weeks of the legislative session. Proposals on abortion, concealed carry laws, and minimum wage are all expected, along with plenty of others. This lame duck session could also pave the way for the vote on the president-elect's plan to leave the TPP. Lawmakers also face a deadline to resolve Ohio Governor John Kasich's suspended clean energy targets. Legislators will wrap up business on December 8th.
Ohio is supporting innovative transportation. New investments are going to a self-driving truck that will start traveling next week on U.S. Route 33 and the Ohio Turnpike. The self-driving truck plans to make a 35-mile stretch on Route 33 between Dublin and East Liberty, and then back to the Technology Research Center. Officials say a human driver will be following the truck just in case. Governor Kasich is expected to detail the investment next week before the truck hits the road. And new details in the case against a South Carolina shooter will tell you if the judge is ruling the alleged murder competent to stand trial.
That, and Trump is continuing his barrage of tweets on social media. What the president-elect has to say about recount efforts in multiple states. These stories and more when Newswatch returns.
University students really have a huge sense of pride in our campus, in our school, and in our education.
People don't come to Ohio just to go to college. They come here to become a Bobcat.
It's a really unique atmosphere.
Bobcat pride is having that natural camaraderie.
Bobcats are just happy to be Bobcats.
My favorite time of year at Ohio has to be homecoming.
When the alumni come back, you can see that the love of this university doesn't fade.
Once you're a Bobcat, you're always a Bobcat.
The student body here at Ohio University absolutely is a family.
The students support one another.
You become this unit, this big, friendly family unit.
There's this connectedness.
You feel a part of something.
Driving in on the highway and just seeing the red bricks and the trees again, it's just like coming back home.
There's great students, great professors.
You just walk around campus and think, oh my gosh, I can't believe I go here.
I feel like I matter in the community, and I feel like I matter here at Ohio University.
It's home. Athens is home.
I knew that I wanted to come to Ohio University from the very first time I visited here.
There's something about the campus that grabs you.
It was really comforting.
Very welcoming.
It's one thing to write down your name and your GPA and that kind of stuff and send it in. It's another thing entirely to be here and see how great it is.
The campus here is just electric.
Absolutely gorgeous. Everything just looked really college-like.
I looked at my mom and I said, this is it. And she said, the tour's just started. I said, no, you don't understand. This is it.
My professors really care. They care about my grades, they care about my opportunities, they care about my experiences, they want me to succeed.
They give those opportunities to the students.
My professors have been extremely approachable.
Literally, their door is always open.
You can go to them with pretty much anything.
Everyone knows your first and your last name and where you sit in the classroom.
I really never feel like I'm being talked down to or just being taught material. I always feel like I'm having a conversation.
And they want to share those opportunities and those experiences with us.
President-elect Donald Trump claims millions of people illegally voted for Hillary Clinton, costing him the popular vote. His 12 angry tweets fueling more concerns on how this administration will function. Sarah Murray reports.
Donald Trump is falsely claiming he only lost the popular vote because millions voted illegally for Hillary Clinton. Despite winning the election, Trump is reviving unfounded allegations of voter fraud, a sign he's unwilling to drop his penchant for conspiracy theories now that he's the president-elect. Trump tweeting serious voter fraud in Virginia, New Hampshire, and California. So why isn't the media reporting on this? Serious bias, big problem. Trump's tweet storm coming as Hillary Clinton's campaign joined recount efforts in Wisconsin, led by Green Party candidate Jill Stein. They plan to make similar pushes in Pennsylvania and Michigan after data security experts raised concerns over possible voting discrepancies.
This is a total and complete distraction and a fraud and something that they should drop. We will sit there and look through Scantron ballots. We will win again for the second time, and they will lose again for the second time.
Republicans quickly slamming Clinton despite her campaign statement that they're not challenging the results. Trump even quoting from her concession speech where she urged Americans to move forward, adding, "So much time and money will be spent. Same result. Sad." The Clinton campaign general counsel responding to Trump's tweets with a dose of irony, saying, "We are getting attacked for participating in a recount that we didn't ask for by a man who won election but thinks there was massive fraud."
I was asked 1,000 times, will Donald Trump accept the election results? And now you've got the Democrats and Jill Stein saying they do not accept the election results. The idea that we are going to drag this out now, where the president-elect has been incredibly magnanimous to the Clintons and to the Obamas, is pretty incredible.
The Clinton campaign and the White House say they see no evidence voting systems were hacked, but Stein asserts the recount is necessary.
Our voting system should have that kind of assurance built into it so that there's automatic auditing taking place to make sure that we are not being hacked.
Donald Trump is meeting with 8 people today as all eyes remain on who he will pick for his top cabinet posts.
Jury selection in the trial of the man accused of shooting up a Charleston, South Carolina church in hopes of starting a race war resumes today. A judge found Dylan Roof competent Friday to stand trial in the murders of 9 African-American worshipers. And the judge today has granted Roof's motion to represent himself. That's according to local stations WIS, WCBD, and WCSC. Authorities say Roof opened fire inside of the church in June of 2015. His trial was delayed so that Roof could undergo a competency evaluation. Roof faces 33 federal charges, and prosecutors say they will seek the death penalty.
Former Cuban dictator Fidel Castro died this weekend after battling illness for years, and Cuba is in mourning. Scott McLean is in Havana with the latest.
Tyrant, dictator, revolutionary. Fidel Castro was many things to many people. The 90-year-old former Cuban president died over the weekend, leaving his country, at least officially, in mourning. At 9 a.m., a 21-gun salute honoring the former president, the first of many public displays across the island. Castro hadn't held power since 2008 when sickness forced him to transfer power to his brother Raul. But his passing undoubtedly marks the end of an important chapter in Cuban history and leaves many Cubans wondering what might change without the man who led the nation's revolution. Many Cuban exiles in Miami cheered Fidel Castro's death, so many whose families were forever separated. They hope it leads to a brighter future on the island.
We are celebrating the future freedom of Cuba because we believe that after this moment, many things are going to change in Cuba.
But in Havana, no one is celebrating. On Saturday, students at the University of Havana, where Castro once studied, chanted, "I am Fidel," in honor of his death.
He was not only an example to Cuba, he was an example to America Latina, and I believe that was an example to the entire world.
Castro was cremated on Saturday. Mourners began paying their respects Monday morning, lining up in Havana's Revolutionary Square. Castro's ashes will stay at the Ministry of Defense until Wednesday before they're taken east to Santiago de Cuba, where his funeral and burial will take place. In Havana, I'm Scott McLean.
The salutes are among a number of observances and gatherings in Cuba ahead of Castro's funeral on Sunday.
The White House is now officially open for the holidays. First Lady Michelle Obama kicked off her family's final holiday season at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue by receiving a 19-foot fir as the official White House Christmas tree. It was grown at a farm in Wisconsin and traveled nearly 4,000 miles to D.C. The tree will be displayed inside the White House Blue Room, where it will be decorated to honor the U.S. military. A lighting ceremony will take place on December 6th. On Wall Street today, all 3 major indexes fell as concerns over a Fed rate hike began to weigh on the market. Here's a look at stocks of local interest.
Rates of a common chronic disorder in America are dropping. We'll tell you why scientists are saying dementia levels are down. That story's still ahead.
And we'll see rainy conditions in the next few days, but we'll see fall temperatures in most of our region. That's all in my extended forecast.
Professors really care. They care about my grades, they care about my opportunities, they care about my experiences, they want me to succeed.
They give those opportunities to the students.
My professors have been extremely approachable.
Literally, their door is always open.
You can go to them with pretty much anything.
Everyone knows your first and your last name and where you sit in the classroom.
I really never feel like I'm being talked down to or just being taught material. I always feel like I'm having a conversation.
And they want to share those opportunities and those experiences with us.
Ohio University students really have a huge sense of pride in our campus, in our school, and in our education.
People don't come to Ohio just to go to college. They come here to become a Bobcat.
It's a really unique atmosphere.
Bobcat pride is having that natural camaraderie.
Bobcats are just happy to be Bobcats.
My favorite time of year at Ohio has to be homecoming.
When the alumni come back, you can see that the love of this university doesn't fade.
Once you're a Bobcat, you're always a Bobcat.
I I knew that I wanted to come to Ohio University from the very first time I visited here.
There's something about the campus that grabs you.
It was really comforting.
Very welcoming.
It's one thing to write down your name and your GPA and that kind of stuff and send it in. It's another thing entirely to be here and see how great it is.
The campus here is just electric.
Absolutely gorgeous. Everything just looked really college-like.
I looked at my mom and I said, this is it. And she said, the tour's just started. I said, no, you don't understand. This is it.
The student body here at Ohio University absolutely is a family.
The students support one another.
You become this unit, this big, friendly family unit.
There's this connectedness.
You feel a part of something.
Driving in on the highway and just seeing the red bricks and the trees again, it's just like coming back home.
There's great students, great professors.
You just walk around campus and think, oh my gosh, I can't believe I go here.
I feel like I matter in the community, and I feel like I matter here at Ohio University.
It's home. Athens is home.
Texas is now the second state in the continental United States to confirm a locally transmitted case of the Zika virus. Health officials say lab results confirmed the virus in a non-pregnant female living in Brownsville last week. That is in South Texas, near the Mexico border. The woman has not traveled to an area where the virus is circulating. The only other U.S. state where the virus is circulating is Florida. The CDC says Zika is transmitted primarily through the bite of an infected mosquito, but can also be passed from mother to child during pregnancy through blood transfusions and sexual contact.
From the Newswatch Weather Center on the campus of Ohio University, I'm Matt Thigpen. Right now in Athens, 58 degrees, winds coming out of the south at 7 miles per hour. Dew point and humidity are very low as we see that rain move into our area. It's hitting a dry spot, so we're not getting that precipitation all the way to the ground across our region. 58 down in Ironton, 58 in Athens, and 55 in Columbus as you see those showers move into the Columbus region. Today we hit a high of 63 degrees. 27 was our low, above normal for that high, but right on par for the low. And we see the sunrise and sunset. Man, oh man, that's depressing. Getting that 8 hours of sunlight in. You go home at 6 p.m., drive home, and the sun's down. It's all dark out. Yard work forecast if you get out a little early. Tomorrow, it's looking kind of poor. You see off showers in the evening. Definitely Wednesday is not a good day to put up those Christmas decorations or any yard work if you're raking those leaves left. Thursday looks like your best day to do that sort of stuff, yard work-wise. Bus stop tomorrow looks like 49 degrees. Partly cloudy skies, dry and breezy for those kids in the morning. As you see, we will see scattered showers to our western counties, and you might need that rain jacket a little bit tonight also. Again, tomorrow, high is 68 degrees, 70 on our warmer spot down in Ironton. Man, oh man, 62. This doesn't look like end of November, beginning of December. What is this? 68 degrees here in Athens. Sun and clouds most of our region. PM showers start to move in as another cold front moves into our region tomorrow. Looking at our precipcast for tomorrow. Overnight tonight, we see that warm front move into our region. We saw that rain showers up and down the Mississippi River and Ohio Valley in Dayton, Columbus right now. Spread it eastward into our counties. About midnight or so, we'll see that get it heavier and heavier and taper off by 4 a.m. tomorrow morning. Hour by hour, here it is, 8 p.m., just cloudy skies, 52 degrees. By midnight, we see 58 degrees. Rainy and a little breezy out there, 10 to 15 miles per hour from the south, seeing those rain showers by 4 a.m. There it is, 48 degrees, mostly cloudy skies. Those rain showers should taper down by then. Overnight conditions, 49 in Chillicothe, 50 in Jackson. There's that rain all over, dominating our region, spreading from west to east. Again, 51 in Ripley, 48 in Marietta, unseasonably warm. 48 degrees. There's that rainy and mild and breezy tonight. South winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Breezy night. Extended forecast looks like this. Tomorrow we'll see those chances of showers move into our region. 50% chance of rain. Wednesday looks like our nasty day. 80% chance of rain most of the day. Then we dry out for Thursday and Friday, Saturday, and we got to watch out for Sunday as we could see a little wintry mix into Sunday morning. How's that look, Michaela?
All right, thanks, Matt. It definitely is unseasonably warm, but I'm not complaining. Dementia is a general term for a loss of memory or other mental abilities, not just misplacing your keys either. It's severe enough to interfere with daily life. Alzheimer's disease and vascular dementia are the most common types, but new research indicates that rates of dementia are dropping in the U.S. Kim Hutcherson has that in today's Health Minute.
The prevalence of dementia has fallen sharply in recent years. That's according to research published in the Health and Retirement Study. 21,000 people across the country participated in the survey. Researchers collected data from them every 2 years, starting in 1992. Among the findings, dementia rates in people over age 65 have fallen from 11.6% in 2000 to 8.8% in 2012. That's a decline of 24% and translates to about 1 million fewer Americans suffering from the condition. Scientists think the decrease is a result of rising education levels and better heart health. Both are closely related to brain health. Still, up to 5 million Americans currently suffer from dementia. That number is expected to triple by 2050 as people live longer and the elderly population increases. The Health and Retirement Study was partially funded by the National Institutes of Health and was published in the magazine JAMA Internal Medicine. For today's Health Minute, I'm Kim Hutcherson.
While dementia's prevalence may be on decline, Alzheimer's disease is still the 6th leading cause of death. This disease kills more people than breast and prostate cancer combined. And now over to Sean Neidig for sports.
Thanks, Michaela. Lots of stuff to get to today. The AP released their men's basketball top 25 rankings this morning, and there's an Ohio connection. And the women's basketball team played over the weekend. Stay tuned to find out if they kept their perfect record intact next on Newswatch. And here's a look at what's coming up tonight on your public television station.
Friday nights are all about high school football, but when the games are over and the helmets come off, it's time for some gridiron glory. I'm your host, Danny Dean, back under center. Don't miss a play this season. Join myself and the rest of our team on Friday nights at 11:30 on WOUB and catch us again on Saturday mornings at 11:30. We are committed to bringing you the stories of players, coaches, and communities. And of course, we can't forget about some highlights. We all know there's nothing better than Friday nights and gridiron glory.
Ohio University students really have a huge sense of pride in our campus, in our school, and in our education.
People don't come to Ohio just to go to college. They come here to become a Bobcat.
It's a really unique atmosphere.
Bobcat pride is having that natural camaraderie.
Bobcats are just happy to be Bobcats.
My favorite time of year at Ohio has to be homecoming.
When the alumni come back, you can see that the love of this university doesn't fade.
Once you're a Bobcat, you're always a Bobcat.
My professors really care. They care about my grades, they care about my opportunities, they care about my experiences, they want me to succeed.
They give those opportunities to the students.
My professors have been extremely approachable.
Literally, their door is always open.
You can go to them with pretty much anything. Everyone knows your first and your last name and where you sit in the classroom.
I really never feel like I'm being talked down to or just being taught material. I always feel like I'm having a conversation.
And they want to share those opportunities and those experiences with us.
I knew that I wanted to come to Ohio University from the very first time I visited here.
There's something about the campus that grabs you.
It was really comforting.
Very welcoming.
It's one thing to write down your name and your GPA and that kind of stuff and send it in. It's another thing entirely to be here and see how great it is.
The campus here is just electric.
Absolutely gorgeous.
Everything just looked really college-like.
I looked at my mom and I said, "This is it." And she said, "The tour's just started." I said, "No, you don't understand. This is it."
Hey, welcome back, everyone. The Associated Press released their top 25 rankings this morning, and for the first time this season, the Ohio men's basketball team did not receive a single vote. The undefeated Bobcats received at least one vote in each of the first 3 weeks of the season, but today, despite their 4-0 record and a win over a tournament team from last year, nothing. Look, it's hard for mid-major teams to get ranked, but with a resume like Ohio's, it's hard to believe that they haven't gotten a single vote this week. Ohio is on their way to Marshall for a game tomorrow and a chance to improve to 5-0 this season. Ohio women's basketball is 4-0 as well after they got another come-from-behind win on Saturday and are the only unbeaten team in the Mid-American Conference. The Bobcats welcomed the Murray State Racers to the convo, and thanks to a huge second-half run, Ohio won 79-70. Ohio went into the locker room at halftime only up 2 points, but led by as many as 17 in the fourth. Senior forward Kiera Lampkins led the Bobcats with a season-high 28 points and grabbed 8 boards. Ohio travels to Middle Tennessee State next for a game with the Blue Raiders on Wednesday morning. And let's keep it on the hardwood. The Cleveland Cavaliers are off to the best start in franchise history, thanks to their come-from-behind win over the 76ers yesterday. Cavs never led during the first 3 quarters, but in the fourth, Kyrie Irving took over. Irving scored 10 of the Cavs' first 13 points in the quarter and finished with a game-high 39. So Irving was the high-point man, but let's not forget about LeBron James. Another triple-double for the King with 26 points, 10 rebounds, and 13 assists. Cavs are in Milwaukee tomorrow night to play the Bucks. So from the best start in franchise history to the worst, the Cleveland Browns, shocker, did not win yesterday and are now 0-12 this season. Losers of 15 in a row dating back to last season, the Browns never led against the Giants. The lone bright spot for the Browns, though, was receiver Terrell Pryor, who had 6 catches for 131 yards. After the game, Coach Hugh Jackson actually got teared up, saying that yesterday was the last time that he and his team would feel like they did this season, but I'll believe it when I see it, Coach. And cheer up, though, Browns fan. There's another Ohio team struggling as well, the Bengals. They're only 3-7-1 now this season after losing to the Ravens yesterday. The Bengals have made the playoffs in 5 straight years, but they're going to need a really strong finish to make it 6. Andy Dalton fumbled 3 times yesterday. He only lost 2 of them, but those 2 fumbles are the same amount he lost all of last season. Kicker Mike Nugent also missed an extra point, his 3rd straight PAT miss going back to last week. And this afternoon, Ohio kicker Luis Zervos was named the MAC East Special Teams Player of the Week for the 4th time this season after he went 3 for 3 on field goals in the Bobcats' 9-3 win over Akron last week. With those makes, Zervos tied the NCAA record for most made field goals by a freshman with 25. And so by now, everyone knows about the violent incident at Ohio State this morning, and support for the campus community is coming in from everywhere, including a bit of rival. This morning, Michigan Athletics tweeted this message saying, Stay safe, Buckeyes, that was retweeted more than 17,000 times. And Michigan offensive lineman David Dawson also tweeted out his support, asking people to pray for OSU. So great to see that kind of reaction from Michigan, and it's a good reminder that there are a lot of things that are bigger than sports. Back to you guys.
Thanks a lot. Oh, right now we see hour by hour, 8 p.m., 52 degrees, cloudy skies by midnight, breezy and rainy, 50 degrees, increasing showers throughout the evening. 12 a.m. midnight is our best chance for that rain. Bus stop tomorrow, 49 degrees. Shouldn't see any of those showers in the majority of our area. Dry and breezy conditions at the bus stop. Temperatures tomorrow, 68 in Athens. Warmer spot down in Ironton. Showers later in the evening. Extended forecast looks like this. Tuesday, 50% chance of rain. 62 on Wednesday is our best chance for rain. Drying out Thursday and Friday this weekend. Got to watch out again for that wintry mix on Sunday. Start of next work week looks pleasant. 47 degrees, sunny skies. How about that, guys? Looks like a fall forecast. How about that?
And that does it for our broadcast this evening. Thanks for watching. I'm Carter Eckel.
And I'm Michaela Marshall. Stay tuned for the PBS NewsHour coming up next. And remember, you can find the latest news anytime at WOUB.org. Have a great night.